So you're
She's got a
stable.
B.
You're back to 1 hit point.
Nice.
So you are back to being alive. So no more zombies are left on the board. You guys have successfully had your first battle encounter with each other. I don't think any of the NPCs died either, which is pretty good. I
Yeah,
actually
not
was
even
not.
Johnny gonna die.
Again, I haven't seen strength like this in a very long time. And he said, I think this band can do it if you want them to go investigate. We are still in Bael Loche. It is the day after the battle that we had in the northern fields, which is kind of where Lisbon is on the map there. You guys successfully fought off a horde of zombies. The captain was not with us at that time. He just came in via ship this morning, I would say. And would anyone like to recap what we did yesterday? Maybe not yesterday, last month, I mean.
Do you mean the zombie battle or what we did to level up?
No, the zombie battle. Like a recap for everyone, so we're all on the same page.
We killed a bunch of zombies. I don't understand.
I died, but then they brought me back to life because, I mean, I'm too hilarious to kill, so, you know.
Well, you didn't die, you went unconscious.
Same difference.
And we found that there was a necromancer that was controlling the zombie horde. We attacked him, but he got away. We took out 2 of his acolytes. We have since found out that they may have a necromancer base of sorts somewhere in the north. The mayor lady of the town thanked us very much for helping out with the zombie horde, but she seemed reluctant to help us, strangely enough. So Kaido, after the meeting with the mayor lady, went to the local rogues guild and asked around for some background on the mayor lady and maybe for some rogue pipeline information on this necromancer camp. While he was there, he was thanked by the local rogues guild, and they were so impressed with his performance in defeating the zombie horde that they held a secret ritual and inducted him to the next level of rogueness, where he received some special training.
Salud.
And he knows how to dash, disengage, and hide as part of a bonus action.
Awesome. And anyone else do anything in town to get to their level 2?
Well, I wasn't in town. I did go to the woods where I'm most comfortable, because as an Outlander, that's where I spend most of my time, away from people in the woods. But while I was in the woods, I was thinking about the new friends that I made and the battle that we had. And I'm reminded again that wherever, there is goodness and positivity, destructive evil is not very far behind. And so all these emotions are kind of swirling together. And now I'm able to manifest more energy into an action surge. And so every once in a while, I can surge up my emotions and I have the second act.
Awesome. How about you?
That's my level 2 thing.
Well, after the battle, I just decided to go back to the just put it in and decided to sit down by the campfire in my room where I decided to glance over my book of Twilight that I took from my monastery. And while reading it, the pages just began to fly open. And it put me under a spell where I just couldn't stay awake anymore. I fell asleep and I dreamt of this hooded figure that came and spoke of me. I could not understand what he said, but he did teach me the spell of the Twilight Sanctuary. And so when I woke up, I'm just blessed. It smelled like whiskey afterwards, but it was comforting and yet disturbing at the same time.
Awesome. Super cool.
Mm.
How about you, Morgana?
Well, I tried to lay down in bed at the inn, and as a rock gnome, it was completely uncomfortable for me, so I had to wander out into the woods, find a bed of rocks to take a nap on. And while I was getting settled, I looked through my bag and I found a necklace that I had forgotten about, that I had gotten from my mother when my nature magic had spawned and had taken her. Took her by the roots of the tree, and the tree ate her, and she gave me her diamond necklace as an heirloom that I was only to start wearing after I win my first battle.
And I think you did?
Yeah.
Except for going
I
unconscious.
think I did.
Awesome. I like that too.
Tit for tat.
Captain, do not feel pressure about saying much, but I will say that you came into town today, and I'll say that Kaido probably found you somewhere. And the crew is supposed to meet up with Lady Melkin after you guys were going to have your day of rest. I will say that I did have some dream sequences prepared for you all. Tav kind of beat me to the punch, though. But Lisbon, as you're sleeping, you notice that you are kind of dreaming of having to sleep or swim through water. You wipe down webs of dew from your withered eye. A comforting face stares at you, shimmering blue, with its 3 warm and wild eyes. And that would be your dream for the night. Captain and Kaido, you guys find yourselves on the deck of a ship, but there's no one on board. The sails are all down and it seems empty, and the water is just black. And you guys just are on your back. Captain, you hear a calling from under the boat, and it seems to be getting closer as you keep going. And Kaido, you hear whispers of voices that you used to know from this ship. And Morgana, you have a dream that you're back at the academy, and you're being told what to do, but you can't make out what the voices are saying, and something just doesn't feel right about it. So you all kind of have these disturbed dreams, and then that brings us to the next morning. So you all had the benefit of having a long rest. You all also raised to level 2. Lady Melkin told you to use your time wisely as you prepare for the next part of your adventure. Kaido already told us what he was doing to prepare. Everyone else did. And are you guys doing anything else in town?
I don't think did we loot anything? Do I have stuff in my inventory? I do not.
So Tav, you actually got a blue potion from one of the Elven Scouts that is an extremely rare potion, and it actually gives you 1 spell slot that you've used.
Yes, I have that. I was thinking more or less stuff to sell. I am going to keep that. I see that here. Potion of mana.
You guys didn't find that much. I think it was 2 gold was on 1 scout, and 1 gold was on the other. But there's mainly just skeletons, so there wasn't a lot of things to be looted. From the acolytes, you guys got the crow necklaces with the feathers. I think someone took one of those. I forget who, though. It might have been Kaido.
Can I visit the blacksmith?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go visit the blacksmith.
So I go over to the blacksmith, and I walk up, I'm like, "Hi, blacksmith, let me see your wares."
Awesome. He says, "Oh, a fellow dwarf from the north. You got robes about you. So who do you pray to?"
Who do I pray to? I pray to your mother.
Well, this isn't starting out very good. I guess be gone with you, and have a good day.
No, I joke. I kid. I apologize. I thought one dwarf to another, he'd take a little banter.
Well, I'm pretty busy. Everyone's moving south, and we got to get these orders in for the tournament.
Okay, then let's talk gold then.
What can I help you with?
I'm looking for crossbows. Do you have any heavy?
Crossbows? I think I have some in the back. If I can find my frickin' list. What type are you looking for? Just a regular heavy?
The regular heavy, unless you got something more intriguing.
I think that you need to get just a regular one because the other ones are martial, the heavy ones.
I have a martial weapons
you do?
ability.
Awesome. So yeah, so let's get you a martial longbow.
I don't think I could equip a heavy crossbow without having martial either.
Yeah, because that's something that a lot of fighters do. Although clerics can do whatever.
Clerics are basically just like the paladin warlock. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. So a heavy crossbow, the one that we have here is going to be 50 gold.
How much?
50. And that's the lowest I can go.
50. Oh my goodness. You're breaking my balls. What will you take for this light crossbow? How about I give you this light crossbow and I give you 30 gold?
Whoa.
Can I roll for persuasion?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll. How much gold do you have, Tav?
35, allegedly.
Oh, okay. Allegedly.
That's what it says in my inventory. Persuasion, persuasion. Woo! That's very persuasive.
Well, I'll take the light crossbow for 5, and then the rest you'll have to come up with.
All right. Now you're breaking my balls. I'll come back another day then when I have a little bit more gold.
Sounds good. All right. And no one's asked me my name. Jeez. Two strangers. No one.
Pat kind of walks away, kind of like mumbling to himself, like, 50 economy tariffs.
All right. Anyone else doing anything?
I'd like to.
Hunting for rations, if anything. That's it. Yeah, go ahead.
So Lady Milken said that she was going to supply you guys with rations.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Yeah, my bad.
I'd like to find Kaido.
Kaido, yeah. So, you guys, were you planning to meet here?
I might have heard the ship was coming in. I probably would have went down to the docks to see if my old captain was there.
I'm looking for people I know. I don't know who's here. I'm at the docks.
Absolutely.
I'm at the docks.
So you guys.
I see a familiar face.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Captain.
Good
been, Cap?
morning. I would say better, but these nightmares have been getting worse. So.
Still with
how
the
have you been?
nightmares.
Still with the nightmares. It never stops.
Since that night, eh?
But at least we're alive.
That we are.
For now.
I got to tell you, I fell in with a fine group of people. We teamed up and fought off a zombie horde. I'd like to introduce you to all of them. Why don't you come with me?
Trustworthy?
Very trustworthy.
All right.
Don't be surprised. There's a lizard boy among them, but he's good. He had my back in the fight. He's a good one.
Oh, racist, jeez.
Lizard boy. Well, lead the way. I'm looking forward to meeting this ragtag bunch of hooligans.
Let's go to the center of town. We're sure to run into them there. Follow me.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Lady Melkin was expecting you guys to meet her at the church there, so the center of town.
Yeah. Awesome. As I walk up to the center of town, as I could only, I assume that's a water fountain there?
Yes,
Looks like
flanking the two sides, yeah.
Can I toss in a piece of copper to make a wish?
Absolutely.
I toss in one piece of copper and I go, please God, I wish for heroic inspiration.
So roll me a D20.
How do I do that on D&D Beyond? I guess I could just roll it on here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably be
never
easier.
mind. This button over here. Roll.
What'd you get? 17. So you do get a token of inspiration to be used in
Woo!
discussion. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
anyone
inspired!
Is anyone else doing anything?
What can we examine this church? What is the denomination of this particular?
You guys would know just from being in town, so you don't have to do any rolls. But the this particular church prays to Freya, so Odin's wife, mainly because there's a lot of farms surrounding it, and they like to pray to her, and it seems to be good. However, because it's a trade hub, it's pretty non-denominational, but it's overall a good church. If that makes sense, hopefully.
Nothing culty going on here, huh? That's good.
Yeah. Actually, you could make an insight check, but if you would like to roll for that.
Sure. What do I have to roll?
So it would be a D20,
Okay.
and then whatever I think it's wisdom modifier for insight. So nothing culty seems to be on. You do see the priest is outside, kind of just out trying to draw people in for service. With the zombie horde yesterday, you do find that there's more people at the church than usual. A lot of people are praying. There were some people that there was fighting on other parts of town where people did unfortunately not make it, but overall only a few people passed away. So seems to be a sad kind of feeling at the church.
Can I examine like the people as they go in, kind of suspiciously?
Yeah, you
good
can.
idea.
So give a perception check. 21. So as you look around, you see that there are just kind of sad people around, but no one seems very suspicious.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And that's a good roll.
They're really not suspicious.
No.
They're suspiciously not suspicious.
Suspiciously not suspicious. Yeah, is there anything else that you guys want to do before you talk to Lady Melkin?
No, I want to talk to Lady Melkin.
Yeah, I'm really eager to talk to her
Open
too.
up my flask and pour out a little for all the fallen bodies.
And they appreciate it. Because there's nothing the dead like more than drinking. Perfect. So you guys approach Lady Melkin. She is there with her her head of the guard, Joe Ligma, and he or she is just waiting. Mark, you weren't here the other day, but she's a very tall, noble-looking lady. She has been in a governing family for quite a long time. Her father was even a governor for one of the other towns up north, so she's kind of born into the role. She does have an air of authority about her. She is an older lady, short gray hair. She has blue robes on today, and she's looking more saddened than she has the previous day, but it's probably because the town was just attacked. So you approach her. Are you guys, as is her position, she's kind of waiting for you guys to talk.
Who wants to take the lead on
I
this?
introduced myself.
So, Lady Melkin,
She looks you over, Captain, and she says, "You don't look familiar. I don't remember meeting you yesterday."
Well, I just arrived in town this morning on the ship, and I'm curious to know what's going on around here, and if you have any information that you can fill me in, as I've been away at sea for quite a long time.
She kind of looks at everyone else, because if you guys remember, Sir Argyle gave her his strong recommendation for you guys going north. So she kind of looks to the rest of you to see if he's telling the truth. And do you guys give any kind of nod, anything else?
I say the captain here is one of us, milady.
Excellent. So she kind of nods and she says, we have been hearing from things across the north here. It's been a couple weeks where we've heard rumors of scouts going missing in the woods and bodies missing, but we never really thought much of it. We maybe not so wisely just dismissed it as common folk, not knowing what was going on. There have been very strange things happening north, sometimes people encountering skeletons or hunters going missing, but nothing is confirmed until yesterday. There have been strange things happening near the swamp as well, but everything seems to be up north. I have a week's worth of supplies for you, including some rope and rations, and as Sir Argyle said, he needs to go south for the coronation. However, if you would be kind, we will have you go north.
And do be so kind again to tell us what is in it for us for going north.
Well, hopefully not being overrun by zombies and skeletons throughout the kingdom would be reward enough for you, especially as a cleric. But, you know, if you need a reward, we can maybe... I'll have Smack Iron look at your weapons for you and see what he can do. And there's other amenities that we can maybe talk about when you get back.
Aye, we'll be putting our lives at risk here, especially that blacksmith of yours. He's charging outrageous prices.
His prices are quite standard, but, you know, we can do what we can do.
Standard? We need better weapons if we're going to tackle the north.
Well, it's just information gathering. If you do fight, then that's on you. But you're very strong and capable, so Argyle has attested to that.
Okay, I'd like to roll an insight check on Lady Melkin. So insight. That's not very good.
6. She seems to be a noble woman. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You don't sense any honesty, though.
Is there any advice you can give us before we embark?
Well, from the reports, I would say sticking to the main road might be a good idea. However, there are other things that may force you off the road. We are we've heard intel that the mountain pass heading up to Tavga Rim is where the skeletons seem to be coming from, but nothing is confirmed. I'm sure you'll see people on the road and you can ask them for information as well. And that's pretty much all she has.
Right. We should go north, guys.
Let's go.
So north. That's where you should go.
Yep. Let's go. Don't forget north the rope in the
rations.
And the rations.
So everyone has a week's worth of rations. And someone has 50 feet of rope, whoever wants it. All right, perfect.
We'll give that to the captain.
I'll take
it. Good rope. You can never have enough.
Here you go, Captain. Yeah. Practice your bowlings.
All right, perfect. No one wants to go to any other shops, talk to anyone else?
I want to go to the magic shop.
I asked her before we leave, can you at least give us some bloody healing potions?
Something.
Or
how
even
many do
regular.
You have already?
0.
0? Didn't you guys pick some up from the loot from the other day?
Yeah, didn't we get 2?
Well, we got 1.
Okay, so she says...
I'm yelling like cheap state.
So she'll say, sure, I'll go to the apothecary and tell Miro that I sent you and to give you all 1 lesser healing potion.
Thank you.
Put it on my tab.
You're too kind.
Right. So, do we go to that shop?
Yeah, absolutely.
The apothecary? Yeah.
Oh, I changed the name. I'm so sorry. The apothecary is pretty standard looking building. I think it's number 12 on here. It's in the west side of town. So as you enter in, there's not anyone there, but there is a elf woman. She is kind of like organizing potions on the shelves and things like that. Is there anything that you'd like to say to her?
Sarah, you wanted to like interact with this lady, right?
Well, I want to go to the magic shop, but I can interact with this lady. So say hello. How are you?
Okay.
What's
yeah,
your
I thought
name?
this was the magic shop.
No, this is the apothecary.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Different, Brian.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I would jump right in. I would come in and say, I heard you're helping the cultists. Because, am I wrong? There was a thing where like cultists come to the apothecary sometimes for supplies?
You are correct.
Yeah, I want to give this lady like a problem about it.
She slowly turns around, and she's a very pretty older looking elf. Prim and proper like most elves are. And she just looks at you and she says, excuse me, I don't think that we've met.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Lisbon.
My name is,
I heard you're helping the cultists.
What cultists are you referring to? The cultists in the church, the cultists by the docks, or the cultists in the rogues guilds?
I blush a little because I don't really know.
Everyone is part of the
purple
Think
ones.
about it, my dear.
What do you know of the purple ones?
Well,
With the purple eyes.
The purple ones, I'm assuming the ones you're talking about are the ones that led the attack yesterday.
Yeah, the crow regalia.
So she kind of looks down and she looks back up and she says, I'm going from anyone, regardless of where they come from, as long as they're paying. They would come here.
I squint and say exactly.
They would ask for, blue potions, healing potions, potions that can delay decay, and other things that I can make for them.
All right. Oh, what do they tell you? What do you know about them beyond what they buy? What do you give them?
My dear, I only know what people tell me, and they didn't tell me much.
You didn't overhear anything?
No.
Can I do the thing that to see if she's holding anything back, or is that not really a thing?
No, you can do an insight, perception, or
Insight.
Yeah.
I would do insight. Or no, I would do perception. And it's not terrible.
Not terrible. You could tell that she's trying to hold her composure by being accosted, but she is giving you mostly the truth.
Right. Well, I infer that this has got to stop. But then, yeah, I have no real choice.
She says, well, how can I help you?
Oh, I left. Yeah.
You left. Did we get our healing potions from her?
No one has said anything. You walked in and Lisbon started yelling at her.
Yeah, I have health potions. I'm not supporting this lady's business.
Yeah.
You might need that.
From what store were we just in? The general store?
The apothecary?
I go over and I push Lisbon aside. We were sent by the lady in charge here. She said you donate us one health potion, lesser potion each, to help to the cause to the north.
She looks at you, and then she looks to her shelf, And she says, "Did Lady Melkin tell you to put it on a tab?"
She did. Her tab.
Excellent. She takes one health potion and she hands it to you.
Thank you very much. And what about my mates?
Now you all can get out.
Yes, ma'am.
Get out. Why?
Well, your dragon friend here came in and accosted me.
Don't worry about him. We actually don't know him. Actually.
As you said, she's asked for one health potion. The rest we all have to pay for.
I don't like where this is going, fellas. I feel like
My good woman, the good lady of the town, has offered us one potion each to be put upon her tab for an expedition to the north.
And I also apologize for my friends here. They are anxious to get started. So
I'm also sorry for my green friend. He's a little grumpy. He hasn't had enough flies to eat today.
It looks like we have a diplomat in our hands. Make me a persuasion roll.
I actually, before he does, I'm going to cast guidance on Kaido.
Perfect.
Yay.
So,
What is
1d4.
all right. What am I rolling?
So you're gonna roll a persuasion, but then you're gonna add a 4 to it. Awesome.
Well, he adds 1d4. He rolls a d4. Well, he nailed it. Anyway.
Yeah. So she looks at you guys and says, "You guys are very well spoken." And she turns around and you each get one lesser healing potion.
Okay.
So just so you guys know,
So I whisper, "You're welcome."
Well, Lisbon's not there, so he doesn't get one because he said he walked out. Unless he really wants one.
I'm pacing like maybe up and down the road, and I'm being a grouch.
Just so you guys are aware, your characters would know this, but you guys might not as players. A healing potion is at its base 50 gold. It takes, I think, if you have an apothecary's kit, Brian just sent me this. It's 10 days to make one with 50 gold of materials or something like that. So getting a lesser healing potion for 50 gold is basically one at cost.
Just as expensive as a heavy crossbow.
They're pretty expensive, yeah.
Brutal.
You guys better keep me close.
It pays to be nice.
Yep, absolutely. All right, are you guys doing anything else?
Should we stop by the fortune teller before we head out? See.
I still want to go to the magic shop too.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Is it a magic shop like magic tricks? Like
Magic.
one of those roses that squirts water?
I need to see if they have any equipment for my spells.
Oh,
all right. I say me and Captain go over to the fortune teller, and Freya heads over to the magic shop.
So the magic shop, just FYI, Sarah, it says, there's a big sign on it in multiple languages. It says, traveling to the capital.
Okay.
So it's currently
I
closed.
guess I can go.
Let's head north, my friends.
Well, the captain said that he would like to go to the fortune teller.
Ah.
I walk in and I ask for say, hello, would you do me a favor? My friends and I are going to head north to see what what the cause of all this commotion is, and we would very much like to before we head out, if you could do a reading on the house and let us know what our fate might be as we are heading out, or if you have anything that the spirits want us to know.
Blind will lead you, and then you will finally see.
While we are gone, I would like you to keep your eyes open in this village.
So these dwarves are from a very old dwarven house.
That there are undead to the north.
You take an arrow to your chest for
Thanks.
8 damage.